Hi everyone, another fine day, another really beautiful day, and today, uh, another segment for sports, not sports but soccer, soccer or football, as we call it, Hausa or Komod. It's going to be another fine one. It's going to be another beautiful one. With my brother Flavius, anytime you say the camel shouldn't talk, I get excited because technically he don't do all the work, and then
Yeah.
he's just share. I'll ask questions more, and then he go actually go deeper. Bro, welcome.
Hey, how?
Another day, more talk ball.
Glad to be back.
Mhm.
Yeah, lots of things happening, and we get to talk about it.
Yeah. Which the fish we talk about?
So, we the beauty which is Cameroon football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, crazy. Lots of things happening lately,
Mm-hmm.
and it look like say the situation we will get with Cameroon football will get worse before it get better, and
Yeah.
it will be if it be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you get good thing, if you get better, but if you don't get better, if it doesn't get better after getting worse, because now we are like lots of little fires
Mm-hmm.
in Cameroon soccer. We
Oh.
got to talk about that. There's a wonderful under 23 Nations Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually not a Nations Cup. Under 23, they are playing the qualifiers for the Paris Olympics.
Okay.
Very, very interesting. The good part with that tournament, I say CAF don't put that tournament online.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on CAF online
Mm-hmm.
for YouTube, you actually watch the tournament live.
Wow.
So I mean, you remember the first I would talk about the fact say we'll not get access to African football
Football.
material.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. You get some really good clubs. Egypt they do their thing as usual. Morocco not the host. Mali be pretty good. You a lot of people need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Niger, they'll be excited. They'll be very exciting. They'll be knocked out by Mali.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that. Then uh, talk about some transfers, like which Africans is do out there.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody get a question or you want pop in, you'll be more than welcome.
Wow. I'm gonna share the link with you.
Yeah.
So if you go ahead, share, and then we jump start the segment. Man, crazy what is happening in Cameroon, especially the Njalakwan Fika Food. Should I say Njalakwan or Fika Food saga or Njalakwan Ito saga?
So initially, it started off as Njalakwa. No, not. It started off as the owner
Mm-hmm.
and Eto, right? Because he's head of marketing at Faker Food.
Yes.
So he had this issue. If you get the issue, way
Who?
Njalakwan.
How can you even have a club and then you work with Fika Food?
Yeah, so Cameroon, right? You get accumulation of titles.
Damn.
So if you get this issue where be asked about the figures um for advertisements,
Mm-hmm.
the figures for sponsoring and stuff like that. And from waiting you put them for a letter, he claims say the people they deal with that they tell you say no, that one they under competence.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really understand the organigram for Faker Food. Like head of marketing supposedly
Mm-hmm.
get for get for know those figures, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like saying that a select group of people, they actually get those figures.
Yeah.
So you go illegal Jalakwan now for claims say it to be surrounded badly.
Okay.
Not some claim that way a couple of people they don't make them.
Wow.
It is Abubakar even talk something like that. Pour mieux gérer, il doit être beaucoup mieux entouré.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it does say a couple of people they don't make that statement say to be surrounded badly. And Jalakwan now claims say that people wait it to surround them badly now.
Mm-hmm.
That they pick and choose friends and enemies, who to reward and who to punish.
Mhm.
And part of the people them now that feature, Captain Feature will be like member of the committee executive for Feka Food.
Mhm.
It be get some club where it be like say they poorly apply the regulations against that club and the club drop for second division.
Wow.
So in Jalakwan claims there be new things them if don't raise them up against Ito. I
Mhm.
mean not against Ito, if don't raise them
To
up
it
to
too.
Ito.
Mhm.
Which I get interesting as the regional interpose to go on presently.
Mhm.
Couple of clubs. So the four clubs that will be left for Southwest, it be Kumba FC,
Mhm.
it will be Jalakwan Sports Academy,
Mhm.
it will be some team that can say Isosha,
Y- Shosha.
ISOSHA, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Then
they're based in Limbe.
yes,
Mhm.
Isle of something,
Mhm.
yeah. Then you also get Istanbul FA, right? And the four clubs in there that will be left.
Mhm.
So what's really funny, let's say Jalakwan now claims say since it to be surrounded by a bunch of people where they pick and choose who to reward, like they get a team where they want Amigos to first division, they'll make Amigo to first division.
Mhm.
They get a team where they want bring them down, they'll bring them down. And
Mhm.
we'll look at a couple of cases, right?
Mhm.
So they don't because he write that letter,
Mhm.
because he want transparency, because he want go against that cabal around Ito.
Mhm.
They decide for punishing by very poor officiating against its team when they play Kumba FC.
So he thinks na opinion say they punish it or it's obvious he was punished.
So you look at a football match, right? You
Mhm.
look at a football game, referee no referee cheats una, or you think say referee cheat una.
Mhm.
You think say somebody if you get enough facts to link onto it, say na it to give order me the cheating.
No.
If it be 1,000 different things,
And
if it just be a very poor referee,
yeah, that's what I wanted to
if
say.
it be not somebody for local feka food,
Yeah.
where you talk say, "Mo mess up with this man."
Mhm.
I so of course if you also be it, right?
Mhm.
But when you get 1,000 different things, I would get this argument all the time when you talk
Mhm.
soccer. You watch a Cameroon game, like today till today, Algerians they know say some people they say it to go bribe calf go put some bad referee. Now normal occurrences there for football, right?
Yes.
Um you look at the different cases. Okay, you get the president. This the whole saga of a to Feka Food suspending presidents, relegating teams. He actually started now the president for Rangers of Bafford,
Mhm.
George Nebashu, right? Okay, he set up a team, take a team to second division, right?
Mhm.
Take a team to second division. He actually claims say now he want them put him money. And now the problem that with Cameroon football, right?
Mhm.
You get that kind of rugged individualism where na my money. I will see
I do whatever I want.
yeah, I will see how it can reflect for the Jalakwane case.
Mhm.
Okay, he claims say Ito, I mean Feka food because we keep talking Ito. Come on,
Mhm.
get this cult of personality way.
Yeah.
So long as a man dey for Feka food, now
Na
you name that they
yeah,
call
na
him.
name.
He claims that the Feka food want tell you how for running club. Um, where Feka food became asking that, the roadmap that we get and show me a receipt say you pay your players,
Mhm.
show me this, show me that. It look like some kind of interference.
Yeah.
Then he get back and forth with Feka food. Then the suspending, and wait, I try to see which one happened before. They began to play Union Douala
Mhm.
for 16 finals of Cameroon Cup for Bafusam. He actually decides, say, it's him actually go there. They decide, say, me they not take the pitch. Me they not take to the pitch. I mean, even a clown go understands a very legitimate reason for suspend you as a president and suspend your club.
I'm telling you.
Now, you fit claim, say, oh, it is so Feka food get problem and this if you claims they get problem, but you get ammunition. You can also get a team like Start Betwa, right? They play a game. They play game, and the regulation of Fekafu talk say any forfeiture within the last three um legs of the league,
Mm,
a general forfeiture.
mm,
So 5 minutes to the end of the match, rain start fall, places will be a little bit dark. Start bet with the captain say no, they don't continue play. You understand?
mhm.
They don't continue play. The only person for regulation where if he stop a game now the
You
referee.
referee?
I mean, whether it is a rain they will feel it, me turn them into a
Now,
swimming
now
pool.
referee this decide.
Now only referee fee stop this thing.
Mhm.
Only referee fee stop the game. So you did see all these teams them, right? You did discover say they fit make a point. Um they fit get good reasons because some of these people that they inside the
Mhm.
structure of Feka food, they feel they see
So they
some
probably
things.
know it they happen.
Yes, they feel they see some things that will be very awkward. But on the surface, una dey give these people ammunition. Una the like for instance, coming back to Njala Kwani case,
Wow.
I don't know whether he gets some absolute facts here on the call Southwest Feka foot. Tell them say wanna cheat against these guys.
I think say you know if I dey ever used to say um thing wey person don dey do am easy for you to start feel like hey na the same thing they wan do am for me.
Yeah,
And he need the talk. Even before he papa be there for football, even when the papa be there for football,
yes,
he be actually the bringy for
yes,
inside football. So he probably know how the thing that the work how the thing that they happen.
yes.
I don't know, maybe it don't do one for some man.
Exactly.
And then finally now you see how it happen for you now. Whether he believes so strong, say, hey, nothing this way it actually happen. But
Yes.
now I hear see they don't suspend him.
So initially, right,
Mm-hmm.
they be suspending. And it be totally expect them. They hold the meeting and Fekafu publish the documents. They actually suspending.
Mm-hmm.
He actually go online and go be like, yeah, instead of suspending. I mean, those things. A lot of people that say me resign, he deny say no resign because the owner of Fetcher FC,
Mm-hmm.
the captain Fetcher will be member of the Feka Food Commission. He actually resigned.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jalakwango see he say be na godfather. Then the guy, then he claims it to be really vexed. Say, I, I, I I really no understand the kind of person he today, but everything seemed to be finally linked to he,
Mm.
right? And that's such a Cameroonian thing because we get the cult of personality, we get the leadership cult way. Mayor of Oboya, whether they beat some man for Munya na mayor.
I mean,
So I just still, of course, you want also look at it critically, right?
yes.
But I simply need to understand this. Literally French man say acharnement sur Eto.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that Eto this, Eto that. I talk some guys say Eto want spoil their football. You understand? Then now, what in Jaladuna say, he decided to pull out Jalakwan Sports Academy from all sporting activities.
Mm-hmm.
Then I believe so this particular one, he actually go on an ego trip, right? Because not only that, he plays away the day inside the professional circuit.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, he go find in different things. Then the player that between 11 to 16 years old, he go notify the parents that the players, the parents them, what they fee do on how the players if move ahead. He go the part for it, this thing will not be football based, he go give am over to a third party.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, you get Njalakwan Sports Academy that exists for 23 years.
Yep.
That's until it belong.
Wait, Papa
Papa
Bilam.
belong.
Yep.
I believe say middle ground be there if we talk about these things. And not be only that, what it really can be odd now for the end of the statement we put out there.
Mm-hmm.
It talks say it be ready for continue with footballing activities if the situation change. You understand? Like you from what me I understand, you will get this situation where you forfeit sit down with like a food and
Mm-hmm.
because Jalakan for Southwest na big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a more face fact. You don't get
I feel like that. I feel like that's the moment get a relationship with Eto'o. I don't know. Look, I
Davis.
tell you, I play for Okada, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, and one of
initially.
the very first time they were meet Eto'o now for
Mm.
Papa house, we.
So
So I
um
don't know who it did really happen now.
initially it like as I watched a video today where they talk how proud to be of the guy. The guy know even they 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They run the academy. They don't produce some good players in Deep Tambe,
Yeah,
Fire Collins,
yeah.
you know. So if you talk about those things, then you feel like some middle ground here for B.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where the distance come in. Then when remember when they be take that influencers and go Qatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
They never take any Anglophone influencer. Remember that we get that we go take that cup.
Yeah.
When they be like they would take the guy.
No, they be take anglophone influencers, but then we no be know the influencers wey dey take am.
Yes.
So there was
So
an
so
uproar.
the
Yeah,
the, the uproar be being say they not take Anglophone
yeah.
influencers. Now ye we come out,
Come on, come
can't talk say
identify.
yeah, would they
Yeah,
be take someone
yeah.
them, but at the beginning of your journey, so that they work on things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I be believe say United every day like
Some
really
good
tight.
relationship. Yeah.
Then chairman for marketing this thing for Faker Food.
Mm-hmm.
I could believe say for all that contractors they sign, I give a be inside the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be very strange. And one of the things that we to arrange for Faker Food, I say, some certain opacity day, right? Some certain um like it not be too clear a lot of things that way to go on. Because let's say Faker Food science with the
One
one
spot.
all sports,
One spot.
right? At that point, Njala Kwana, chairman for marketing division of Faker Food,
Mm-hmm.
they signed her 1 year ago or before World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
He began to raise the alarm then.
Yeah.
So you make her believe say everything they
Everything they
okay.
okay.
They signed with MTN.
Mm-hmm. You didn't say anything.
Initially, MTN we signed a $3 billion contract for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it will say the contract be better, it would be like, yeah, it actually be better.
But we
But
not get the figures.
now
No, not get. Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
talk about 640 million.
Wow.
We actually look less. I don't
Wow.
know the other things that would be involved. So all these things that not happen, you need to talk nothing. Then you come in when your club be when your other party man, because that feature been like a godfather,
Mm-hmm.
as he claim, a club be relegated, he resigned from Faker Food. He start talk about craziness where they going for Faker Food.
Mm-hmm.
You to your club be menacing,
Mm-hmm.
you pull and it complete because this one at this second part about taking out the team and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. That one is just an ego trip, right? Because you probably when you talk say you go do you put back the team if conditions are better.
But who go accept me put back the team for the
You
player?
simply want terrorism and I can beg you, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if it backfire because you get so many academies and now,
of
right?
course.
If it backfire, then you dey look at the fact, say, so what will be a long term vision for the sports? Because you be make the team expect say Cameroon football no go ever get problem, or no ever get a hiccup. You don't
Mm-hmm.
get a major hiccup, right?
Yeah.
As a man where you don't run, you don't inherit an institution where you don't be for 23 years. You gotta be smart enough or know how to negotiate some ups and downs. Because guess what? It will come out the next minute because you know how FIFA they always look at federations and
Mm-hmm.
the FIFA finance until we know correct like look at CAF. The guy will beat Aya to Ahmad. They
Mm-hmm.
barely stay a couple of years. They get it out of there, banning for life. FIFA they do that all the time. CAF they do that all the time. So it will come out tomorrow. So when it will come out tomorrow, let me just talk hypotheticals, right? It will come out tomorrow. You don't sell your players then. You don't send away all the players they between 11 to 16. What you
Mm-hmm.
do back?
Start go find
You'll be
them.
like, okay, when I come back, then they no say,
Doesn't make any sense.
you be person for ego trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next president if he come, you talk something, talk something, talk something.
No work.
You
Me
know
and
what?
man go again.
Boom. You understand? I just believe say be eager for be a little bit more level headed than that.
The question I will ask you now, this whole do you think we are putting too much pressure on the toe? Because at the end of the day, the guy, the man, one of the we had one president who stayed there for like more than 25 years now, Ian Mohammed.
Yes,
He stayed there for more than 20
yes,
20 years
um,
until when he got arrested, and
yeah,
then yeah. But then it told him every make 2 years.
yes,
But it seems more like the I don't know if I'll call him chaos or call him uh this, or I don't know, like you
yeah.
feel like would you expect a lot from Eto just within a very short while? Or by the way,
So
boss Eno Ayok,
yeah,
welcome. I'll send you link me join we mo talk the story.
I believe say Nadi. So a couple of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nature of a football being the way it to no help itself. You understand? On a
Mm-hmm.
couple of things, it to no help itself. So Cameroon get in nature,
Mm-hmm.
and you get for understand say, except you be an absolute dictator, right?
Yeah.
You know, we just come with lofty ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Will they be good? Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Lofty ideas will be good. Can't take a nature where don't exist since 1960, basically. Cameroon get a nature.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a very simple example. I mean, I'll come back to the crux of your question, right? I'll give you a
Mm-hmm.
very simple example. If you don't talk now, say, oh, man, we did for um they play for first division and second division, you gotta get a bank account. And the clubs they gotta make sure they pay you through the bank account. That accountability process for Cameroon, it will take like 5 years. Some clubs and they know them.
Just because the bembe money.
So not be only so. Now the
Mm-hmm.
nature of the society that. Now the nature of the society, the deal now people them. You need deal now with angels or you need deal now with robots.
Mm-hmm.
You need deal now people the way they don't be used to something for a while. Some people they don't walk away. Um President Nanjala Kwanda not walk away.
Mm-hmm.
So the
No,
issue
but
is in a
I don't
sense.
think I don't know. Sorry for cutting you short, but I
Yes,
feel like in as much as we already get our ways right,
yes.
when change the come, especially change will not see it will benefit we all. Make
Yeah.
people into learn for lean a little bit.
So again, it boils down to the nature of the people. Come on, they don't believe in all. They don't believe in we all.
Mm-hmm.
You heard a story for that guy with the talk say they make he they make he the movie from Transport Officer Boy, I go put it for toll gate for Tico, he make party. You understand? You know make party now because say you want to go do some good job for the you make say one time for chop don't reach.
Okay.
That concept of all nature it go be progressively instilled for Cameroonians. It will try to go too fast. And maybe na your own mission, that na your own way that for do things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It be very determined, it be
Yeah.
very pushful. It be set the expectations too high.
All right.
Same thing for World Cup, right? Say we go take that cup, you want to play 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
If of it talking differently,
Mm-hmm.
a way for communicate, you understand, the way for communicate be thing where most very good football managers they not get them.
Mm-hmm.
They need to use another way for communicate. It be very blunt, it be very direct. And it make a way, it amplify
The
it,
message.
it amplify its failures.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday when a Connie man it
Mm-hmm.
pass corners, he will talk something. If you go talk say, well, one do if you be talk so for World Cup, so one do better than we do before.
Mm-hmm.
Because now best World Cup this in
Yeah, but now because we aim at the
because we
trophy.
know that we'll take that cup,
Mhm.
say for hour they actually say what's the cup
Outside
day.
the cup.
Some people they come and say, well, we beat Brazil, we don't take the cup. So it will not really help itself. And Cameroonians, then we don't be in such a bad place to Cameroonian football, where as you can take and so people they carry them.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameroonians they be specialists for one thing, right?
Yeah.
They celebrate like
Eh,
failure for them,
Hello.
right? They celebrate and with glee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel successful something. Yeah, some people that celebrate you, or tap you, that man pays. When failure come, You're surprised. I be talking. You know,
Yeah.
say I'm doing that 18.
Yeah.
Globally, right?
Yeah.
The global message, like you don't get some quacks. The global message really talk. It is show, let's say, football fit go if you do on an upward trajectory, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get quacks like they suspend 24 referees and because complaints don't be about referees.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not much visibility on the marketing side of things, sponsors and stuff.
Okay.
They fit fix those things. The people that you surround yourself with, they constantly change.
Mm-hmm.
The fact say one make me players they gain more money in a good thing. Specifics, Cameroonians they get some different way for look at football from me. And football now, unfortunately, one of the things they go bring the people along.
But
Yes.
1 second. My boss, are you okay? But I don't post the link for comment section. I beg, just click on the link. You join the conversation. I beg. Click on the link just like the other time you joined the conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
boss, you be the talk something.
Yeah. So unfortunately, football now one of the things where you go bring the people along, right? They will come along with you. You need population, you need enthusiasm around your project. You understand?
Yeah.
And we don't see a little bit of enthusiasm. I don't see a couple of games where you get 25,000 people for field. That's really never happened since I think the last time we actually get a full field and when that Canon tournament for 93 where Mila come back.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, now hit and miss, hit and miss. Even if you get these African competitions,
Mm-hmm.
you need actually see players of a field. Some conversation that you go around Cameroon football, you never go around for a while. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I believe say it in nature sometimes it betray. It be too forceful, it be too blunt,
Mm-hmm.
it be too in your face kind of person. So you need help here. You go learn more for be a better manager.
Mm-hmm.
The thing the way you don't do before. You see, as a manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of your personal character give or take the back seat.
Okay.
Especially if you try for build something. You understand?
Yes.
You want build something, you want drag everybody along. Not be all man be ready for go along that journey the way you want. You understand? And at the problem that will come on football, right? People they get their way for do their things, people they
Yeah.
so now a whole bunch of things.
I'm a boss. You wear your headphones.
Okay.
Hello, boss.
Yeah, salute to my brothers.
Kind of the law.
uh, you get.
Yes.
Una hear me?
Yeah, I get you very well.
Okay, I said throw salute for una.
I don't get you.
I say below at the belly.
I said throw salute for una. You hear me?
You hear now.
No, it below.
It be low.
Yeah.
But just 1 second, man.
Okay. I think I'll get it now.
You hear me now?
Okay. I hear you
hear
now.
me?
Well. Yes, I hear you now. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The conversation. First of all, we'll talk about other things, but we'll start with the Eto and Njalakwan saga. What is your take on that?
My take on that, from what the flavors on the talk, if you see and say now ongoing thing from the guy, I don't know whether or not Bafoot Rangers.
Yeah.
However, me I know because there's not a lot of information right coming in.
Yeah.
Because at least we know what in Jakarta don't talk. We don't hear one side of the story. We never
Yes.
really truly hear Eto's own side of the story. Although, as a president, we no expect really for hear much. But I seem to see like a sequence,
Mm-hmm.
as if Eto need a dialogue here with any person. I mean, how do you have people who have been organizing football in Cameroon for a long time? You guys saying Jarakwan, from your papa to Jarakwan, to the junior guy now.
Yeah.
They are about 22 years. So these are people with experience, regardless of what we think about Cameroon football, right?
Yes.
Because you cannot build the football only with winners.
Yeah.
There are losers on there that also will learn And when I call losers, I need to try to put people in name, right?
Yeah.
So those are the actors, those are the benefactors of the football. So you know, if you build the football only by suspending and making people quit, there are times you have to sit to them and have a dialogue with them. You understand? No? You will learn from them. You will also teach them many things. At the talk, the way I see things, I need to judge it here, right?
Yeah.
But the way they see things, he be like say he's not about dialogue. He's just about it's either
What I
my way
want. Yeah.
or the highway. So I don't know. I don't have much to say about it, but something needs to be done.
The other question I want to ask, don't you think Njala Kwandi overreact with the decision of Idu how take
Take basically the Crazy Academy.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Flavor said it better, right? Egos. You know, when you because it's barely 2 3 days, you don't take all these radical decisions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull out your teams. I mean, it's radical. You can tell he's a kid, right? So he will make mistakes. You know,
Yeah.
he's never been his ego has never been challenged because maybe in Southwest he is, he's been there for 22 years. His dad has been here. He's unchallengeable. He's done a lot for football. I see a lot of pride. And he's right up also, right? If I was
Mm-hmm.
someone, because if you listen to what he's saying also, he's someone who also maybe doesn't listen. I mean, in that his own little, in the Southwest, in his own environment, he doesn't listen because if he had someone who could advise him, right? There are
Yeah.
certain times when you write such letters, you have to be careful the type of language that you use.
Yeah.
As much as he might have some good points, he shows frustration that he's been trying to have a conversation, a dialogue with Eto. No one is listening. But guess what? There are some points he made in there that I support him 100%, because these are the type of people that will make the football grow, regardless of if you like what they wrote or he was naive in some of his write-ups, but he made
Yeah.
some very good points as how can you be the marketing director and you have not even seen the contract signed with One All Sports? You know, there's a lot of things that have been heard that I've also heard, you know, about that contract with One All Sports and all that. But you have people coming and saying that just calling figures that are not even justified.
I feel
So
like yeah, boss, go ahead.
yeah, so when he says things like that, because Eto ran on transparency,
Yes.
we are
Mm-hmm.
not saying, because I myself have asked, okay, where is the transparency? Like we just came from a World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Taxpayers' money are being used. The fans want to know more. Why has Eto or Song not talked about the adventure of the World Cup so that fans can know actually what's going on? That's transparency. That's the type of transparency he was asking from Ian Mohammed when
Mm-hmm.
Ian Mohammed was Africa Foot. But when he gets in there, also he's not transparent. So for me, Jalakwan, although he said some things that were naive and all that, I think he also made some strong points that we should take into consideration.
Yeah, but Flora, believe say, I mean, think about it. The contract with One All Sports was signed in November, right?
Yes.
Like that's before the World Cup. Believe say at times the timing of when most of these guys that go off on the situation for Fika Food. I mean, definitely complain internally. Believe say the timing, the facts say it be predominantly linked to when their clubs they be
They're
affected.
affected. Yeah.
It make and look. I mean, of course, they get good points, but it just make and look a little bit weird.
Yep.
Yeah, but guys, think about this, right? In his write-up, he says that these are things that he's brought up before. So that could be just the tipping point. Regardless of the fact that yes, he got it really involved when his club was affected. And I don't know, it's news that I've not verified. 5 yellow cards, 5 red cards, six
Yeah,
yellow cards. Those are things I've not verified. But if it's that's what actually happened, and Eto is not talking about it or trying to hold like an emergency to really talk about it, then you see the guys actually have a point, to say about this, because there's really no dialogue. Eto is showing that there's no dialogue. It's either his way or the highway, And that contract, that One All Sport contract, those are things that I've also questioned myself. So when
yeah,
somebody brings it up, it resonates.
yeah,
This whole Innova C contract with this and C contract with that, the way I look at it is by the way, Tawi they be the one employ you, because that's one other thing that it's, I don't know, some people don't say um he no differently because he be actually the best. He differently because of a papa relationship, and then we it trickle down to him. You understand? Like it be involved for the whole fake thing because say because of his papa relationship with Samuel Eto'o. So I feel like if that is the case, it means even when they were appointing for Fikafu, they were like, you know what, just can't fill up the shoe, and then maybe every other thing will feed the manager for you, or feed the handle, and they will feed the handle am. And all of a sudden now, because some people they used to play that game of, you know what, I'll just go in there, and then maybe with time, I feel come up to say, hey, no, I really need for the do this and do this and do that.
No, I really no understand that way. Listen, not true say people in the way they don't benefit from
Mhm.
what their papa them, what their godfathers they for come on they don't do.
Mhm.
Well, the problem say we'll look at the record individually, right?
Yes.
If you forget Jalakwan Sports Academy winner in a soccer team where they play for competitions then. They go first division, I think.
Now, Papa take Jalakwango first division,
Yes,
right?
then after they drop,
Yeah,
right?
for when he become president.
So if Papa go out of the picture, they decide to make him focus more on the academy side of it,
Mhm.
and there will be a good, well-functioning academy. They get good players.
Mhm.
They put Fire Collins a national team. They put
Mhm.
Nzip Tambe for national team.
Mhm.
They also get another guy. I think that guy will be now from Guinea or from Mali or something, where he actually play for their national team. So Ibiki actually run a very good academy. Now, if he be say climb on the papa, he shoulders forget where he be there, but he no come across like somebody where he just feel numbers because his track record actually be good.
I don't think so.
And no, look at it this way.
No, I'm serious.
No,
For
no,
me, I don't think so, because if your papa want commode, will be get a kada, will be getting Jalakwan.
yes,
You understand? I don't know if you it makes sense, but if your papa want commode, we get a kada, will be getting Jalakwan, and all of that.
yeah,
And then once your papa no day, he start go that Five Collins, they be already there for school.
yes,
Be when Jalakwan day. So all that people they talk about to
yeah,
now Jalakwan bring them, now papa bring them for day.
yeah.
You only benefit with the fact that, okay, pano day, now me I manage after Five Collins, who else?
No, see,
Like even for maintain that team with the money and everything, for maintain our second division level and not things he didn't have a devil league. So you never thought say get you know get nothing the track
no.
record.
See, the academy they functioning right.
It is functioning, but it be careful before the
You
level.
talk about football success. Football success not totally depend on who they run them. You get a different version. You get a lot, maybe you get a lot more picking the day between 11 to 16 years.
Yes.
Maybe one develop 11 to 16 years old picking a seller.
Which I don't refuse. I need
Yes.
deny, understand. But then if you want to talk about his success, you talk about Tambe them and fight them.
So now part of the story that for Jalakwan Sports Academy where we be involved in some point, even when in Papa be there. You understand? The reality way they in a say,
Yes.
it no be some like football ignoramus, right? It no be some person way you don't know anything about football.
Mhm.
Some person way it take care, it be for meetings then for Feka Food, for Southwest, it be for national
No,
meetings.
even at a very
Now,
young age,
so-
you probably don't start involving.
Exactly. So the issue with I say success on the pitch,
Mhm.
it be actually be different.
Mhm.
Like for instance, right? Like may go for Europe, give you an example. President from Montpellier,
Mhm.
right? Now he don't run Montpellier, right? Run Montpellier for Louis Nicolin.
Mhm.
He don't run Montpellier for a long time. They don't win league for Montpellier where Giroud every day.
Mhm.
Then guess what? He can die, he can take over.
Mhm.
Now Montpellier no get that success than before.
Yeah.
The Montpellier they still participate, they still do well, they still be inside top 10, something they will be top 12.
Mhm.
But they never ever hit the heights to their papa will put them.
So which I try to talk and say, right?
Yes.
We never want to talk about his success.
Mhm.
We'll go talk about things that we like papa be doing. I need to deny say he need to try. You understand?
Yeah.
I need to deny say he need to do something, because it's the same thing with even Samuel Etofis.
Yeah.
You understand? Jalakwan Junior already run the academy for more than 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Which result he don't produce him?
Well, they did semi-final, so the third division, right? He claims they're cheating.
For third, if he claims say they cheaty, and this is another thing, right? If he claims say they cheaty openly, he way he don't be involved with football from that young age. It means he know what he don't do for other teams. Them
Well,
for you for believe say they probably cheat me like all the 5 red cards with the game, all this that, and I mean say that two them two don't do them. Because I don't know if you come up with that.
well, now we enter into the sphere of hypothesis, right? Now, the reason that way initially I start by saying, I need to ever be comfortable when somebody talk about cheating for football. And would you see that for all spheres, right? Kanongo go play today, they'll talk say referee cheat. Then they start link them now to the people in power.
Mm-hmm.
They start link and say, nah, it to give orders,
Mm-hmm.
send me the cheat. I don't always be comfortable with that. Especially like we don't see lately with Algeria where they claim saying that it to go bribe CAF.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I really no one get into
And
the cheating aspect whether Feka would be involved. I mean,
and now we all the see say they post they we understand why that guy for Algeria be the crisis to cheat. Because if Jalakwan for the crisis, they should the cheat and the other commander from here on the way to expect stranger for do. True
No, but
Lion.
I feel we should not be, because when stories like this come out as a flavor stock,
Yes.
we have to talk. You only talk about waiting if you actually
Prove 'em.
prove up. The
Mhm.
reason why I don't want to enter into this, there are a lot of hearsay, it will nobody even talk and all that. But from the story, what I can say is that it's either a one-way traffic. There's no dialogue, real dialogue, because it's not part of the Cameroonian thing, right?
Yes.
You see, really, and I just make some comment for this, right? In Cameroon, you don't criticize your boss. Even if you were right, I mean, not even criticize. You don't make comments about your boss. Even if you were right or your boss was wrong. Even if it was in private or in public, it's something we are not comfortable with, and that's the type of, because the reason I'm saying that about Eto'o is because he's been captain. I've seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Eto'o, I know. I've sat in a grouping with Eto'o for about 2-3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I know the way he carries himself. He's a typical Cameroonian, which is like a one-way traffic. So I mean, looking from afar, that's what I'm saying. There's no true dialogue. But again, if you want to build football, Eto'o alone cannot build football in Cameroon. He has to negotiate with those against him and with those with him. And Jalakwan made a comment that when he got appointed, he told Eto'o that he will challenge Eto'o. I don't know how far that is true.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that is true, but coming from the Anglo-Saxon, there are some people, because I mean he's well to do, right? From Cameroonian standards.
Yeah.
So he's not actually making, and he's an outsider coming from inside.
In boss, finish with you and talk.
So basically, I like to see things like that. I like to see people who can stand up and write and pen up. It means that they have some type of integrity, because you cannot build football only like one way. You must face those challenges and then look for solutions on how to fix the problems.
You think say the approach was right, coming out, going on social media and posting this, posting that, talking about they're planning to hold a meeting in Limbe and give locations for Sawi people today, especially with this time we know how the atmosphere is for down there.
So in hindsight, if you see a lot of things around, I'm not be a fan of social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not be a fan of the letters and everything. But again, you point down to one stage line, you really talk like the frustration don't reach a point where, and it's a couple of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
True, he's frustrated, and he go on an ego trip because something and they don't do away sound like it to get for doing.
Mm-hmm.
Then some certain level of immaturity they where you dey really say I no believe say if they are hearing Jalakwan senior if I do the same thing, but it will probably respect him more
Mm-hmm.
because that might be at the ground and
Yeah,
there every
Papa, yeah.
day I'll poke. But if you always look at a behavior, the way we handle the past 3-4 days, the way we handle things. The only two things we will need to get them from here, now the side, the Fekafu, the on side of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and a reaction. You understand? Normally, as normally as president of FECAFood,
Mm-hmm.
this one would have been a big deal, right? It would have been a big deal. You have vice president, one of your vice presidents,
Mm-hmm.
he pull out a team where he get picking them, he get stuff. Because what you want do for FECAFood, not even Jalakwande do. You want academies,
Mm-hmm.
you want young picking them,
Yeah.
we want them to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It gave a been a big deal. The letter come out today, right? The letter pulling out the teams coming out today. Normally, it to give for it give for address them, right? The one about going on social media. I mean, you the work or you did for corporate stuff. They always tell you don't do that, right? You vex with your boss, you go write some letter and stuff. They always tell you don't not do that, right? Me, I'm not a fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
You get some personal problems, or man, you don't go for social media. If you know right and directly, you put in a very cryptic fashion, your man gonna say, now that man you talk about. Yeah, I'm not a fan of doing that, but come on, football, you go through a couple of growing pains, right? And the way they look at this point, within at that point where it go once before, right? I don't want to finish him. I don't want to talk say go better because if he was, then it just get even, we get federations then like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gabonese federation, rubbish, right? Ivorian federation, they don't confuse. Congolese federation, you understand? So you need it always was, then it get better. If he was, then
And then really
you
was.
just go to the doldrums. So every 2 years, FIFA will bring a normalization committee. But if you ask my opinion, I believe say a lot of things and they way for the moment when Jalakwan no really put the way a seasoned, mature football executive go put them. But also give ask the question, say what will be the structure where it don't create them and how if you address the
Yes.
problem.
Yeah.
Because even that feature, that Captain Feature waiting for Jico
Mm-hmm.
of Banjul, he actually to write a public letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You actually like the public letter, right? Now, if you be the kind of boss way, you create avenues where people if they bring their grievances to you. Maybe you avoid these public letters. As True Lion talk, eto e personality when you be a boss where you try for do a transformational work or carry people there along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the in your face aspect of your personality is not going for being the main trait where it show for people.
Mm-hmm.
You get what show and say you accept people of all walks
Oh,
and life and you bring
yeah.
them along.
Mm-hmm.
I read it to interview for we are learn for I watch the interview where he get the behavior for nearly always want tell you what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like the became actually relationship with Gianni Infantino. He say when he meet Gianni, he did tell Gianni the truth for his face.
Mm-hmm.
And Gianni knows the way one something that's what they get for done. So he get that behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't be tired every day for
Barcelona.
tied on before Barcelona. He be very forceful. Now that behavior don't make her be really successful. You know how they talk say a rascal succeeds because he's a rascal, but ultimately fails because he's a rascal. You understand? It don't be very successful because you get that in your
Yeah,
face
radical,
behavior,
yeah.
right? He did that kind of Maradona to really drag the
Mhm.
team along, you put power. But ultimately, if failings then seemingly that it come from the facts and still
Still
that
that
behavior
person.
be the main characteristic of it. But now be a manager, and the manager get winners, you get losers. You get people where they hate you where you need them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You get people that way they're not there for your account, where you need them for go along with you, even though for hour you throw them for water because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day you want unity around common purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you still, actually, Robert Mugabe say you still need some bad man because if you use the bad man like bad example, you understand? So, my problem with it, I mean, Njala, if you look at a bunch of things that we're not doing right, my problem with it, I say that behavior and still the main trait is determining, and enough it be at this point.
True Lion. This whole
Yes, sir.
affair where people then get teams and then they still be part of the FECAFood executive. I don't know. What do you think about that? Because
Well, that's a model that it was chosen, and for me, maybe if you want their experience, if you want to tap on their experience on how they have been successful for 22 years, now depend on what success actually means. But when you look at a person like, because there's a clip going out there about Eto'o praising, throwing praises on Jalakwan Jr.,
Yeah.
he has used that, and I think from Jalakwan's write up, you can see that Jalakwan also knows that Eto'o put him there because of he's a powerful guy in the Southwest Province, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of success you guys were talking about his success. 5 years of running an academy, but he has. I'll give him that, because we cannot take that away from him just
Yeah,
because
very true.
he inherited that from his dad. But when it comes about building the national, we need more than just club owners. We need business people who understand the trade, on how to build. We need the government who give tax breaks and all that. So building Fika football, building back a football will not only, be restricted to people who have actually worked with football. It will take a lot different experts from different backgrounds or professions. So Ito actually knows why maybe he hired someone like Jalakwan. I cannot talk much about that.
What your take on that?
So, and the other thing that say, so if you get a bunch of voting blocks, right? Remember, say to barely win the elections, right?
Mm-hmm.
You win the election, I think by 9 or 11 votes. So at that point, every single person will be needed. Even as on landslide, even as on Tiway. So it be need. You may say it even come limbe. At one time, that time we go do that famous
Yeah.
soya thing.
So you
Say,
think
look, Cameroon, we
Mhm.
bodyguard.
bodyguard they don't hide for corner.
So the problem is, I say you need all those guys them at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, the problem with the two coalition, now say after any other guy them, he take the high road. Like I don't on the high road, when I follow me or when I start fall apart. I mean, you get this situation where Australia and Turkey need people the way people don't put their money into stuff, right? It be stupid. You leave a team for just like the team for Banjun, the man just withdraw the team. Man just be like, okay, he's out. You don't now some structure for some town where you don't take her out. And you gotta find some person for fill that structure. I believe say you go really find me do something that I can etat general the football. We bring on man. They really talk like do a reset, like how they do for get these things ahead. You see, if you look at common society and talk, say people they not be used to change, they not be used to new things, and they not be used to that. By continuously dragging people along, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't make them better. People they know people they need some people then they will be used to change if you put gun for their head, right? We
Mm-hmm.
know that. Some people then they will know say you not get the ability to put gun, they will tell you say I'll move my team. And every day you discover say you actually need everybody to be on board. So that I just my problem that you see. I get these feelings in like his way or the highway. You understand?
Yeah.
And you no fit build football like that. You get people that like you look at other countries then, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get people the way they know you really clearly feels they don't like each other. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All man for France. So one point the way all man for France never care about no look right. You understand? Of course, you can't explore that time we talk about Zidane and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All man be no say na some Chris man, na some kind man, he talk thing they against woman, he do this, he do that. All man be no say na some no look right. But they still find a way for work with it. Now, of course, you get commentators like Jugari, the Riolo, and Daniel Riolo, the way they for back they criticize it, but the stakeholders them all man be no say, okay, we never like the man, I hate the man, I don't care about the man, but the man still get something for offer. I feel still work with it. You understand? I don't get a feeling, say, and I feel be wrong, right? Because Australia talk, who know would they really feed on scraps where concern information with this new
Mm-hmm.
fake food?
Mm-hmm.
I even get a feeling, say maybe the last The last Feka food, they probably be keep give we wrong information. They keep put information out there, right? They want to literally feed on scraps. Welcome, don't come out. We never hear anything. We don't know where to happen. We don't know how much they spend. We don't know where to happen. We know everything, right?
Mhm.
Njalakwa makes a statement, say this and never pay you for that World Cup record. Right? Not the first time that I notice and say,
Big money, no. These people they say
no, you
they
know,
know how to take advantage of that because normally they don't be like, okay, c'est le boss, il a l'argent. You know, ask and then now you don't now you want make a maybe let's say we need the money.
well, everything that you could tell.
Siam. There are many things that add up, right? Then when they don't go resolved, it's just like baggage. It's more like baggage because we don't talk about World Cup, right?
Yeah.
We don't talk about they were like players who do not actually show up. So when Picker Food chooses their way, which actually is no communication, just communicates, right? Because Flavius talk about something, say, be person for social media, like social media. But he talk about society here in America, right? Where we know how things work, where we know how to get information. Where we are sure that the journalist is going to come and give you a roundup on how America performed in the World Cup and things like that. Even their money issue, you know how to go find all that information. But in a country like Cameroon, where there's no journalist that is even given, welcome in the Lions, where you can actually listen to them and they will tell you and you can tune to them and you really know what happens. How do you get your information? They told themselves with Fekafoot, they posted a letter of suspension that they sent to Inter Milan that was concerning Onana. They posted it online. You understand? Fekafoot all communicates. They are posting everything that happens. It's been posted online. So there's basically no channel. There's no structure, and lots of people had hope when it was coming that he's gonna make things better. But if Fekafoot, Eto's Fekafoot is looking at is the same as Njoya's Fekafoot. So then what are we actually benefiting? I know it's just 2 years. Things might actually change. But there are certain things that I expected that from get-go, Eto will get it right because he knows. However, his entourage, they're on scene. We have already seen Le Coq Sportif, the fines with the former coach that he actually let go also. The money Fekafoot has to pay, they are running on a deficit and all that. So when you start seeing this type of things, even if you know, because I'll still say Eto is the right man for the job, right? But I'm disappointed because there are certain things that I thought the fans will start getting, because there's a culture to be learned. Football is not only about the 11 or 22 actors on the field. There's a culture to be learned by the fans. And when fans are not fed, they become frustrated because there's no news coming up. We cannot verify certain things. We can, as much as research here, say you call somebody in Cameroon, they'll tell you this, they'll tell you that, or you read those letters from Jalakwan, you will never get the true story. So that's frustrating for a football fan.
Yeah.
But qualification, you think you will qualify? I see the situation don't complicate past complication.
We need to beat Burundi 1-0. We if we not beat Burundi, then we will not deserve to qualify. Right? I mean, a bunch of things. If we draw 3-3 with Burundi, Cameroon and Burundi will qualify. Namibia no qualify. We'll get 4 points. Burundi get 4 points because they beat Namibia 3-2. It will be very disappointing for even get the conversation about Cameroon qualify within the same group of Namibia and Burundi.
Kenya no show up.
Yes, I wish not just a quack. But the conversation about Rigobert Song, that conversation we'll get on for another day, right? And in a very legitimate conversation. I be go online the other day, I be keep try for find it thesis because I be go see Andrea Pilo it thesis. He write a very beautiful thesis, right? 26 pages, a beautiful read. That be sharing with some group. Rigobert Song, I don't know, so I keep you, but that is a conversation. That's from which we know you get the coaching badges and stuff, or whatever. But coming back to your question, right? Coming back to your question, it could be. I know even feel like if we get if going towards the game against Burundi, we'll start getting this conversation whether we'll qualify or not. Then it'll be a huge step back. Huge step back.
True Lion, if we not qualify, it will what you think Sege for do resign or continue work?
No, this one will be problem for Ito. This one will be problem for Ito. I believe
If we
they
not qualify,
no. This one say you Cameroon not qualify. See, if I tell you some kind of thing yourself, you go maybe you go laugh. Me, if it was left up to me, say I prefer me Cameroon not qualify. Do you understand? Because I believe say some may be the man for the job. I want man to make the sacking now. That's as soon as possible. You understand?
Yeah.
Because going to the go sacking by projection, I said they go sacking after Nations Cup or maybe during Nations Cup, whatever, Because I know since they will go Nations Cup, some will go mess up for it. They go fire it, Because I know when this kind of game, then I can never bet against Cameroon. I don't watch Cameroon for a long time. I know this kind of game, then a game the way I don't care how Burundi do. Cameroon will beat them. It's 1-0 or I don't care where they play. Cameroon will beat them.
Yeah.
But I just believe say Rigobert's song will wait till he don't show me. And when you look at the national team, and a lot of people say that they are no players, which is true, right? But when you look at Rigobert's song, he's a manager, so he's not an actual coach. So it too knows that say Rigobert's song no fit coach. Tactically, he's a manager, so he organizes the coaches down there, right? And what is the great prospects of coaches? They can detect player, they can bring young players in the team, they can coach them well and get them into. So that's not a strong ability of Rigobert's song itself, and it all knows that, So looking at this team, we actually need more new blood for coming there. We need quick in our national team. A quick turnaround for saying they know how the others that they play and all that. It's not the strength of Rigobert's song. So why is he still there? As I don't talk long time, and as the flavors don't talk now, say Eto'o need all those votes. Rigobert's song, that people the way they help Eto'o get the votes,
Yeah.
So it was like a compensation. But it's time Rigobert don't show say if he coach. Even the Pee Wee League for here for America, Rigobert's song no coach because his communication is actually poor. So I mean that's what I'll say.
Boss, we don't hit 1 hour already. I don't know. We really need to start planning this segment better, man.
Yeah.
It is interesting. I see a whole bunch of really serious soccer minds in for comment section. My boss Mwambo Ilionga, I be talk with Philemon Bale the other day to say one be part of it. The other guys who don't comment. I don't know more really Mwambo Ilionga he comment and then maybe we'll do a last reaction and then my phone don't die. It's finally established that the national what? FA president has endorsed match fixing in the Southwest region and given his blessing to the regional FA president and his self-proclaimed godfather to ruin football in. I don't think so. I will continue with that because you don't have any. You don't get anything for proof. You know, for the rely on two-way. Maybe you think or some man think. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or true line. I wrong.
Yeah, let me say something, right? In football, there will always be rumors, even here in the West, right, about cheating, about. You remember the reaction of DJ Drogba in the Champions League finals?
Yes.
I mean, it was his semi-finals against Barcelona, and then he got suspended. You remember Mourinho also, like, you would have these things happen, right?
Mourinho actually get a 10-day suspension, right?
Yes.
The next 10 days.
Exactly. And Eto'o has given this guy a temporary suspension and all that. But I don't hear about anything done or the match or like let them do investigation to see if there was actually cheating. I hear he was actually at the field. Because I've heard a lot of things. 5 red cards, 6 yellow cards. I've heard a lot of things, man. I did not watch it. And that's the problem that I keep saying, right? We don't have journalists we can trust. People that can give us the news. We only hearing like from like rumors. So how can we actually better talk on these things? How can we develop a better footballing culture that we can actually trust? Because that's how we build football all together. Because the fans also, that's a fan. That's someone who's passionate. So although you don't want to read it, But guess what? He's thinking now that you are biased because you don't want to read it because maybe he was there and he has first-hand information. But you have already made the take. You don't want to read it and all that.
No,
So,
yeah.
and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But man, because I deal with Cameroonians a lot, right?
Yeah.
And that is a huge problem. And the way we can actually resolve this is by working together regardless of our differences.
Yeah.
Okay, some person saying that their opinion, and if you didn't have read their opinion, ma fini read them before they beat me. So, a president has endorsed match fixing in the FA president has endorsed match fixing in the Southwest region and given his blessings to the regional FA president and his self proclaimed godfather to ruin football in the Southwest region. What began last season like a joke in the Southwest has now become a star of living in our football. Victoria United was not playing today, neither was Sinodev, but the regional FA president and his godfather were roaming up and down like evil spirits. To okay, so this is a reason why at Bitosi I no one read the comment.
Yeah.
You know they use names, you know they use nothing, 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 nothing. What is he protecting? It
Yeah.
means he ain't even be sure about the information. You
Yeah, I
understand?
mean,
So if
yeah,
you
when
use
you see,
names, if you use names, me I believe say this, so you don't reach for that place where you know say I know what you are the talk and I be sure about what you are the talk.
Yeah.
But if you decide for code the language, you don't expect me to be pushing that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah,
I
name
mean,
that me.
when you see
Yeah,
something like that, you just keep and go to the next.
Yeah.
yeah. But then this is someone I have so much respect for. Now, person
Yeah.
who I know he, even when I they come on while they play, he don't be a football fan for more than how many years.
Yeah.
But I just expect say if we one get conversation if we hear
You,
Flavius, if we hear it back every two way they talk with
yeah.
facts, figures, names, the same thing with True Lion. You
Yeah.
understand? So I not expect more come here they talk about oh Nadim man for year oh no. If you want to say anything, say it, call names, and then more go from there. We'll know say okay, if they arrest one, the one and one come or whatever, they know who call name.
Yeah, I totally feel what you talk, right? You get a lot of suppositions, a lot of like just throwing a lot of things out there like red meat, then expect people to jump upon it,
Yep.
right? Now, to be fair, I mean, I know Mambo, then he would knock heads on a bunch of things. If he gets some facts, then but the way he put that out there, maybe on a serious some platform one, you want we say go be serious, they'll pick him up. If he gets
Yeah.
if he gets some more facts,
Mhm.
if he share it with you, if he share it with me, I mean,
And
then we'll
yeah,
go through it.
and on a serious note, right? As we
Yeah.
talk, how can you link it to that?
Yeah.
How can you link in a matter of
Because
3 days? How can you
even
link?
even see the link we make up, it to give the power to the regional president
No,
of
if you say to you say so FA okay fake out
yes,
FA 90 fake out
yeah, the
waiting.
federation, right? Football association. So
So but in football association, if it mean football association for any side, that's what I'm
it will
saying.
give the power for the FA for Southwest
Mm-hmm.
for mess up football it be too complicated.
Yeah, you
It be
cannot.
it
Those
be
are
too
the best.
complicated. Of
There's no
course,
way you can tie it all down to that.
yeah, of course, by the strangeness of human nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
It be 100% possible. Say so one night it the whole phone so when I tidy man. Human they be crazy like that, but when it function now for that,
trust me, right?
when it function for that alternative
I think
universe, where would you look at 1% like a 0.0001% chance or something? You understand? When it function over that universe, now if he get the facts, boy, we'll probably be rich.
The way
Because
the guys insist with this whole cheating thing and they don't probably cheat some other persons some other time. So
Oh,
they
no,
believe say
no.
they possible say they fit cheat them.
No, but
they don't suspend 24 rephrase.
Okay.
yes, but
So-
yes, my brother. Of course, you don't be for Cameroon football. You don't be for
Yep.
African football.
Yep. Now the two are the
Cheating
talk.
be rampant.
Yeah,
Cheating be
it is.
rampant.
So what goes around comes around. No cry. When I don't probably do them for some other people them. So now when they are turn, just time has sleep.
Yeah, but the problem, I think, so the bigger problem now, what to be the general trajectory as Sri Lanka talk, it will come with lots of promises. With
Yeah,
a lot
where
of
transparency
people,
now one of the biggest
yes, they
ones.
will look
That's
and
true
say,
though.
we'll not get this stuff, right? So again, like in nature, the way they communicate, it get a lot of work to do, and The sad thing with Ito, and I'll digress a little bit, also talk about Song real quick. The sad thing with Ito and Song, they said them two, they learn the job. They learn the job in post, right? And Cameroon football is on level where you don't need people that learn the job in post. Because clearly, look something like One Sports and Cox Sportive. I watch Radio Foot International where they discuss the whole thing. A way you did break a contract. You did prove say the man never do this. Like Cox Sportive gave a make 2 boutique them, one for Yaoundé, one for Douala. You gave a talk say they not make that boutique. You carry and go show the evidence. You go for the next thing, go talk say no do this. You go for the next thing, go talk say no. You go show steps. Say they don't break the contract for this level, because of all this. You want them they break the contract. You need to just talk say I get evidence say you know break the contract. As on legal process on account to say Ito and Song they did say that they learn the job now when the day imposed.
Maybe they ever tell me say when person one talk for you, tell you say believe me. Before you start tell you, they tell you be very careful. So by the time we told we can't say transparency, we'll be careful shine one eye. Guys, thank you guys very much. I don't know. This was interesting. And then for you for Shidon again 1 week before talk about this, it's getting a true lion. You think so we'll find time within the week? Maybe do another.
I mean, let's talk off the camera, right? I'll be talking with Flavius. I'll be chat back and forth with Flavius. I'll be there, Klama, just coming back today. But we more talk off camera. We need to talk. There are certain things we have to nail down. We're not talking from off camera.
Okay, man. Thank you guys very much. Everyone already watched. My brother Abdul Rahim. Sorry, say I played that joke on you. I know if you do, I know read that comment. And we are starting, bro. We'll only learn together. Maybe the things we only do correctly, we'll tell we. If we not to do till we not fine, we'll tell una.
Yeah.
We want transparency. Not true transparency. Name that why they see transparency and then they turn around see this.
Yeah.
More live and so. We'll meet up next week Sunday.